there's so much fear associated with the supernatural. And that's what these types of witches are, people that you're afraid of, but they appear to be normal like the rest of us.
Hey, Alex.
Hi.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Thank you.
Of course. I'm so chuffed to talk to you about Mayfair Witches.
She's different from the others.
There used to be a time when someone said witch and your mind sort of went to this like green face, pointy nose, hat, all black. But nowadays it's a very different vibe. It's usually a gorgeous young actress, much like yourself, sort of dressed in this like anthropology vibes thing going on. When do you think that shift happened?
Well, I think that the definition of witch has always been, it's something that's been around for a very long time. And of course, we have the Halloween costume and we have Wicked and we have those kinds of sort of pop culture sort of ideas of what a witch looks like. But there's so much fear associated with the supernatural. And that's what these types of witches are, people that you're afraid of and you don't really know what they're doing or why, but strange things happen, but they appear to be normal like the rest of us.
Absolutely. Do you think any of that has to do with, men being afraid of women with power?
Like during the Salem witch trials, there were men, but the majority of people who were blamed or accused of being witches were women. And of course, I do think that there's a sense of fear of women gaining power behind that.
We're bound together. I'm yours to command.
Your gift is the strongest thing I've ever felt.
The darkness is in her. I fear for us all.
You're special. Can you feel it?
For the first time in my life, I know exactly who I am.
So oddly enough, a Wiccan store opened just around the corner from my house recently, the other day, and I was really surprised by how many people were inside. I'm curious, and I think I know the answer to this based off of an earlier response, but do you believe in the supernatural? I mean, like witchcraft and all of that?
I do. I believe in magic, but I'm not so foolish as to sort of define it, I suppose. But
Okay.
I'm always intrigued by the supernatural, and I'm always looking for magic. But I don't know exactly how to define it. I guess that's what magic is. It's you can't see it.
I love that. So I've watched several episodes of Witches now, Mayfair Witches. And my main takeaway is avoid necklaces at all costs and never accept drinks from anyone. Is that like a fair assessment?
I think the magic that the necklace holds, you can't turn down every gift of a necklace. As a girl, I feel that would be silly, but yeah, don't take drinks from strangers, I think is a good general rule.
So just out of curiosity, if you were to accept a drink from a stranger at a bar, what would your preferred libation be?
I love a good mojito. I bartended when I was young and I was introduced to the mojito. I would make them in the bar and I was like, this is so cool. Like this idea that you can have fresh mint and make it, and it feels very beachy and it's refreshing and it's delicious and it's, it's actually a dangerous drink because you can have like 8 of them and not even realize what's happening.
It is. And you didn't want to kill everyone who ordered a mojito at a bar because I feel like that would just drive me insane.
On busy nights, on busy nights, I would be annoyed for sure.
Understood. So when we first see your character, Rowan, she's living on a boat. Not a lifestyle we often see on screen. Is boat life appealing to you personally?
Personally, no. I do get a little bit seasick. But I love the idea of the freedom of it. And I love the metaphor for my character, for Rowan, being adrift and wanting to get away from people and be alone and be one with nature and be a little lost. So I think that there's sometimes we all want to get a little lost and just get away. And that's a really beautiful sentiment. But as far as actually living on a boat, I can't see that happening.
Understood. What about a yacht? I mean, I feel like that's a totally different vibe.
I was going to say, I'll live on a yacht. And then you don't have as much seasickness.
Exactly.
Don't
I'm
dig
also like
enough.
a huge Below Deck fan, like sign me up. I'm here for all of it. Sure. So Cyprian Grieve, your partner in crime, as it were, he has to wear gloves all the time to stop like having, I guess, visions. I'm curious, if you had to lose one sense to curb a power, which one would you choose?
Touch isn't so bad. I mean, I wouldn't want to lose taste or hearing or sight or, I mean, smell. Yeah, I mean, I think actually touch is the least. I would be okay with that, I think.
Okay. I mean, plus you get to wear cute gloves all the time. You could like make it into a whole like vibe, Diane Keaton.
Yeah, you could make it fashion. No one would even notice.
Exactly. So I guess one of my questions for you is Mayfair Witches is ultimately about legacy. What do you hope the legacy of Alex will be?
I think try to be a nice person. I'm always trying to strive to be better and forgive my own mistakes and be kind to people. And the world needs as much kindness and forgiveness towards others. And I hope that people see that in me or that I can achieve that. What
a great legacy to leave. It's just being nice and kind. It's a really cool thing to bring to the world.
Well, that's very nice. I mean, sometimes people can be, it's the internet, but that's very nice. Yeah. Let's hope it sticks.
Fingers crossed. Yes. Keep doing what you're doing. Alex, it was great speaking with you today. Thank you so much. Please send my love to your pup, Eunice.
We call her Uni Pie. So lately we've just been calling her Pie. So now her name's Pie.
I'm like obsessed with her. Honestly, I love her. She really knows how to strike a pose. You have to get her into season 2 of Mayfair Witches. Oh, please.
I hope so. Cash her dog checks.
Exactly. Come on now. Famous dogs. Right. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
I've spent years building the life I thought I wanted, but there's something inside of me, something that I can't explain, and I'm afraid. I don't understand anything that's happening to me.
This power goes way back in your family.
Do all the Mayfairs have gifts?
You're just beginning to see the world behind the world. If you open your mind, you can be transformed.
There are some who will lie to you. Evil comes in many forms.
Your gift is the strongest thing I've ever felt.
For the first time in my life, I know exactly who I am.